afternoon. This is Carolyn Borba, and we are going to talk about divine choreography. And the assignment for this is to choreograph a dance. However, I need to first of all do this section. It is about stage placement and about movement, and I thought it says this is my better side. That's the title of it. And I wanted to demonstrate on the board how I comprehend this to be. One of the things that's very important here is about when you are dancing for the audience. There are placements on the stage that are very important, although one isn't always more important than the other. But it is important to understand about the placement and about what is called the strongest positions or the weaker positions. And sometimes each of you dancers will be perhaps in one of those positions. So it isn't that you're a weaker dancer or that one is stronger than you. It's the presence, the presentation and the presence of the dancers in those certain positions on stage. And remember that when we talk about center stage, that's pretty obvious where the position would be. It's right in the center. Just like I have on this board. It's in the center of the stage. Then we talk about stage left, stage right. We talk about lower right or lower left stage, the center left and center right, and upstage center or left and stage right. So when we talk about stage left, stage right, that's to those of you who are dancing, that's you on the platform. That's your left and your right. The audience sees that, much like when we learned about the mirroring, how they are looking at you, and you could say stage left to them, and that might sound confusing. But the stage position is to the dancer. So let's talk about some of the movements. Some of the weaker, repetitive movements are circles. So if we were on this stage dancing and we were just going around in a circle, and around in a circle, and around in a circle, much like Hebrew dancers do, then what a lot of times the audience is seeing is the back, although I realize that our backs can make some very strong statements. But in this case, it's like repetition. They just go around and around and around in a large circle. So that can tend to be more of a weak position or movement of the dancers. And the other one would be side to side. So if we were just in a group and we were moving stage right and then we were moving stage left, there isn't a lot of power in that. So we need to think more about, like this center stage. This is the center. This is the place of power right here. This is power. So this would be lower stage left and lower stage right. Well, I guess I should put a right there. Stage right and stage left. And then what we have here is an upper stage left, like that, and stage right, upper. This is the upper part, such as that. And then this would be the midsection, working around this center position. So there's power there. And so the movements mean a lot. So let's talk about the downstage left and the upstage right and see where, if that makes a lot of sense to you as a dancer, because everybody needs to know where their position is. And I know there are movements where you can just change positions. Of course, you all need to know where you're going to be so that you don't run into one another. But let's talk about this section called downstage left to upstage right, which would be here. This is down stage left, and you'd be going up to stage right. Now, although that's a diagonal movement, that is, it's considered a very weak direction, moving away, the moving away. However, if you were stage left and you went down to stage right, or if you were upper stage right and came down to stage left, you're moving towards the audience. So that gives you a little more strength in your movement and your presentation and what you want your moves to say to the audience. And so the most powerful place, as we mentioned, is here in the center. And if someone in the center moves forward, they are coming out to the audience, and that is very powerful. And in our next segment, we'll be talking about entrance and exit. Thank you.